And so I'm back after the crash, and everything is pretty much the same just before the last video. And we still have the spearhead over here to the south, and Moscow is just in our grasp. And the Soviets are fully supplied. The Nazis are advancing with increased forces. One thing I didn't mention, I allowed Nazis to build additional SS divisions, something that I think was lacking a little bit. Nazis needed a stronger punch. I think that we should be able to overpower the Soviets, and it's only a matter of time before we actually successfully achieve that. We just need to wait. I'm very much focused here on the Moscow front. That's how I would like to call this. We are approaching them through the center. If we'll go around this lake over here, we should be able to advance on Moscow from its north also, and if we approach it at least from two sides, things may end up being much better. So let's wait and see how this will turn out. And I think that once again Soviets are only stabilizing the front line. They are not winning. Now here you see the Japanese has influence, and they're close to Moscow, so there is a theoretical chance that the Japanese will take Moscow from the south. Obviously it's not Japanese taking it, but more of a combined force under the direct ownership of the Japanese. So basically they are in control there, let's put it like that. They are coordinating things and they're taking land. However, it's still a collective work. Here we see that we approach the Moscow area from the south just a little bit closer. It's minus 15, so it's freezing. It's truly freezing. It's really bad. However, we are not allowing the enemy to rest. We are advancing, so you know what, hey, it's lost other ship slots. You know what, I'm going to build a moment. You see, it's costing huge amounts of money and supplies, but fine, we do have the money. General winter. Snow will make combat very difficult in Northern Europe. Fine. Now look at that, Mussolini is dead. The New York Times reports Benito Mussolini, dictator of Italy until his downfall in 1943, has been killed by partisans along with his mistress Clara Petazzi and some close associates. Their bodies were taken to Milan from the Lecco district near Lake Como, where they were arrested and then killed yesterday. According to the Times correspondent in Milan, the corpses of Mussolini, Petacci and 12 fascists are on display in Piazzale Loreto with ghastly promiscuity in the open square under the same fence against which 1 year ago 15 partisans had been shot by their own countrymen. One woman fired 5 shots into Mussolini's body, according to Milan radio, and shouted, "5 shots for my 5 assassinated sons." Other passers-by spat on the bodies. So what can I say? It looks like Italy is still in control very much. And I wonder what my intelligence can tell me about them. It looks like he's still the head of government, so it looks to me that this story has been false. Italy is in control of approximately over 60% of Africa, and they even have a foothold in the Middle East. So things are not nearly as simple as anybody would like to think, though. And there's the thing here. Tibet is stacked up here in a really small area. Here the Japanese are very slowly, but they're still advancing, and this area will soon, hopefully, connect. In any case, let's continue watching this. That's Moscow right here. I clicked on Moscow multiple times, just want to kind of show you where it is. It's very important city. If the capital falls, as far as I'm aware, they will start losing supply at a great rate. At least the supply will be issued from a different settlement, which is still a very big deal though. In any case, things are looking good. Here we see that massive offensive is starting to take the hold here also. Underbelly front. Underbelly may soon connect. Here we're launching an attack against them, and it looks like we're winning. Will the Soviets be able to win? I'm not sure. Let's just continue watching this. This is so far the most important area. It looks like we are attacking. It's really cold now. It's December, and it should get even colder with the time passing by. Oh, look at that, look at that. We moved to Zvenigorod, and it looks like the Soviets cannot mount a serious defense here. It seems to me that the Soviets are in a really bad shape. Very bad shape indeed. Here a pocket is being created. It's unclear if anybody will be trapped there. It seems to me that the Moscow is under threat. Our panzer divisions that went here have retreated. It looks like they've been probably shot too heavily from Katyushas, maybe. They were afraid, maybe. I'm not sure. Maybe they were afraid of being cut off. Let's just advance with a combined effort here, there, and see if that changes anything. It looks like if we do launch an offensive, this offensive does not really hold much. However, we are close to Moscow, maybe 100 kilometers away. It could be that one or two like artillery shells are hitting Moscow. I'm not sure if our planes can, at least as far as I'm aware, we're not bombing it. Okay. No serious developments took place besides the fact that we moved really close to Moscow now. Really seriously close. And we only need to kind of sustain this advance. Obviously the temperature is bad, so it may not be just now, but soon. In any case, we are suffering from some tragic defeats. As you can see, there are still areas where the Soviets are unable to man. However, if these two fronts finally meet, we'll have a continuous front line going through the board, and it's absolutely incredibly huge. How the Soviets feel? They feel 68% of surrender. Which is good. Let's keep advancing. Obviously, assault rifles are a common weapon right now. Let's consistently further blame the politicians. The way I look at it is we're not really kind of managing to make any proper progress towards Moscow precisely. It's just that our front is moving towards Moscow, and that's all there is to it, really. And I'm not seeing any kind of operations to surround, so it's obviously that would require massive investment. Now our power is very equal to the Soviets here. In any case, this area may soon fall under our influence. Besides that, it's probably going to be relatively quiet period. That is, not much will be achieved here if we're fighting during winter months. Right here we're having a battle with a zero kind of success. However, well, it's not success, but it's kind of a strength indicator, which when it comes to zero, it's not necessarily meaning nothing. It just means that if 10,000, in terms of 10,000 soldiers will go there and 7,000 soldiers will come back in a few days, and nobody will know how many enemies died or what the hell happened there. It was just slaughter. They just kind of went there. They were consistently attacked from multiple sides. They were under the artillery, rocket, whatever barrage. It was bad. The command structure collapsed because everybody was in combat consistently, and it was kind of really difficult. So things like that, you know what I mean. It just was chaos, and we couldn't break through. We just poured in hundreds after hundreds, battalion after battalion, into a certain death. We didn't know it was a certain death. In any case, now we know they were waiting for us. They had a plan how to defeat us, and we just kind of were trapped there. So we need to kind of blast that area before we go back. In any case, that's what it is like. Here we see some nice looking tanks also. I think it's the same, but it does look cool. This front was very difficult also. Let's see the intelligence numbers. What can they tell us? And the Soviets kind of used up their fuel supplies instantly. So in the worst case scenario, they're in the network. Now this front around Moscow has become stripped bare, as you can see. The offensive is certainly not focused here. So that's the thing. It's unclear where exactly. This area is very well manned, but nothing really happening. In any case, let's just further watch this, how it's developing. That's Moscow right there. And it's February. Temperature is bad, real bad. And the front, it's moving really slow, nothing really major is taking place. I want to know how many troops we have. It looks like we're losing troops, we're losing divisions, because I think we're lost something close to 600,000 worth of troops in divisions. Just completely wiped out. It could be. But I have no doubt that the Soviets are losing divisions also. Here we're making nice breakthroughs. And I think that in order for us to take Moscow, we need to push our southern front forward, so that this Moscow area would just simply be a lot more significantly attacked. As you can see here now around Moscow, the infrastructure is so well developed that fighting is in a much greater pace. So now the snow is becoming far less of a factor. Now I'm going to issue an attack stance, and I want everybody to focus on Moscow and the surrounding cities mostly. That's it. This is what I need. Okay. Let's keep it just like that. And I ordered everybody to focus as much as possible towards the Moscow theater, and I expect that this will help us greatly to secure victory here. We were so close, we were truly close, but we're still reasonably close, not that close. However, it is a little bit sad that we didn't manage to keep our initiative, but nothing to say bad, because the winter is winter, and the Soviets tend to be extra difficult during winter. Oh, look at that, we finally managed to break into this vicinity, and it looks like our divisions here, our generals have created this spearhead. Oh no, look at that, the Soviets just attacked us so ferociously, that all of these right here are just kind of lost. Look at that. Hopefully we won't lose these. Oh, that's them. It looks like that's the Soviets. I kind of mixed them up. In any case, it looks like there's some really cool fighting going on here around Moscow. There were so many of them, I thought it was our spearhead, but it wasn't. In any case, it's March now, and the troop formations